friends of Angelo State up here on the stage at Lone Star Conference Football Media Days, and head coach Jeff Girsch. Coach, you guys went 7-3 last year, and the 3 losses, this feels like a theme here. The 3 losses came by a combined 18 points. So what has been your message to your team during this offseason?
Well, it's the message is it's a tough conference. You got to come out and play your best game. There were other games. We were 7-3, but we were in dogfights. In most of the games we played. So you got to come out and play your best. The neat thing about these guys and this group is, we went 7-3, and you would have thought the world was going to end. These guys really buckled down in the off season, got to work, and understood the basically the commitment of what it takes to be great in this league. And you win great games, tight games, and you lose some. And last year the ball bounced away from us a few times, and again, that's just the game. So, that's kind of the thought process going in. We got a great group coming back, so we're excited about it. And the neat thing is you get to go play again, and so we're looking forward to that.
Tell me about the gentleman sitting to your left.
I got Jordan McKinney here. He's a senior defensive back from Waco. I got Kyle Bradford. Kyle's a senior receiver from Frisco Heritage High School. And I got Eric Rascoe, senior linebacker from San Antonio Warren High School.
This is tough for me because I covered all 3 of these guys in high school. I remember them very distinctly. Jordan McKinney of La Vega Pirate. You were second in the Lone Star Conference in total scoring defense last year. Where's your team? So when you take a look at this Rams defense in 2024, what has you excited about it?
That we can do it again. We have a lot of young guys that played this past year that were coming back. So we're a young group, but we have a lot of experience as well. So I'm excited for that.
Kyle, Coach mentioned it. He said, you would have thought the world ended, you guys being 7-3. But that's a good thing, he said, as far as the expectations. From a player perspective, what has the attitude been like in the locker room and in the offseason coming off of last year?
I think it's just been that we've got to go and earn it this year. Last year it was tough, like you said, come being 7-3 because the expectations been set. I think since I've been here, besides my freshman year, we've been to the playoffs like pretty much every time besides this past year. And, we got to go earn it this year again, and that's the expectation for us.
Eric, this is a program that has high expectations, and after a slow start, you guys won 6-year final 7. You got a flurry there at the end. Do you feel like that kind of finish has carried over to the offseason? How has it impacted kind of the offseason work?
Yeah, I think it definitely carries over. But at the end of the day, you look at the big picture, the final picture, right? It starts back to week 1. Kind of just going to the next season like you're 0-0, right? So we're going to start over and kind of regroup and get back to set a new expectation. I think when you try to redo something like we tried to redo 2022, you get caught up in the past. And when you start the game, 0-0. So,
Coach, I want to ask you about, you've been really steadfast in your commitment to recruiting high school guys. These guys up here are a perfect example. How do you balance that with kind of the changing landscape in college football with the transfer portal?
Yeah, it's changed. There's no doubt. We've been on the hand of losing guys and gaining a few here and there, but we're going to stay steady in recruiting high school players in the state of Texas, and we want to do that. But at the end of the day, you're going to get left behind if you're not taking a look at the transfer portal and seeing what's there. I think more so when you're losing kids. You lose guys. When you have a kid that's playing for you for 2, 3, 4 years, and then all of a sudden they're gone, you got a hole there, and maybe that redshirt freshman is not ready to go. So you got to look at it in the transfer portal. But we're going to stay committed to recruiting the Texas high schools, and it's great football, and I love you win championships. In my belief is with your upperclassmen, the guys that've been in the program for more years. So that's something that we're going to stay committed to.
Jordan, this is a team that's picked to finish second in the Lone Star Conference. You guys are, in range of a championship. But you're a veteran of this conference now. Can you tell us, give me some perspective on what a grind it is to play in this conference once you get into conference play?
Yeah, everybody's good. Everybody knows that. And you can go win, you can go lose week in, week out to anybody. So it's definitely a challenge every week that we have to take every opponent serious and treat them the same. So can't take anybody lightly.
Kyle, you were first team all-conference last year, along with your teammate, Ron Rideau. What kind of goals do you have personally, and then also just for the offense heading into 2024?
Really just to win I think that's just the ultimate goal. I mean, that's kind of what they beat into our heads. Is like, no matter how close the games are, no matter what's the points on the board, we just want to be on the winning side of it, and that's really just the main goal for us and the main personal goal I have for myself.
Eric, I remember watching you play at Warren down there in San Antonio, and now you're a two-time first team All LSC linebacker, entering your final year there in San Angelo. Where have you seen yourself grow the most from the kid that I was watching as a warrior down there at San Antonio Warren to the guy that you are now?
Well, first of all, most people don't even know who Warren is, so I appreciate you actually shouting them out. Where have I seen me grow the most? I think just transitioning to college, I kind of learned how to work hard. I thought I worked hard in high school, but then when you get to college and you see, dang, this dude been here 5 years and I'm not getting on the field this year, I kind of learned how to work hard and kind of take that to the next level. So that's probably the biggest area of growth. And then also just learning how to become a leader. I thought I was a leader in high school too, but in high school you're kind of just a leader if you can ball. But in college it's more about like how you carry yourself, the kind of man you are, and if you can command the room. So I learned how to do some of the things off the field better, and just be able to like kind of get to know people and build relationships, all the good things that go into it. So
Let's give it up for the Rams of Angelo State.